By the end of this hour, think about it like this. We will be 2 days away from this election. Right now, though, it is only 9 p.m. over in Denver. You see it there. That's where Donald Trump is about to hold a rally. We will keep an eye on that. Earlier tonight in Reno, this caused a little bit of a scare. Secret Service agents rushed Trump off the stage after a disturbance. That's an unusual move. But the Secret Service, we can tell you now, has explained the incident. There was someone who wrongly yelled out "gun." Officials searched the area but did not find any kind of weapon. Trump then returned to the stage a few minutes later and continued his normal speech. All of this capping a day in which Trump started in Florida, traveled to North Carolina, then west to Nevada and Colorado. Hillary Clinton, for her part, plenty busy a few hours ago in Philly, appearing on stage with singer Katy Perry. Clinton was also introduced by TV producer Shonda Rhimes. Now here's Clinton's second campaign event of the day. Her first, like Trump's, was in Florida. Quite a day on the campaign trail, and we're going to start with Kelly O'Donnell, who has some of the latest on what was a brief scare, albeit happily only a scare and a bit of a miscommunication, according to what we're learning from the Secret Service. Kelly?
Well, Ari, you describe it right. It is a case where perhaps nerves are on edge as we're so close to Election Day, and there has been an atmosphere that has included some violence and threats of violence along the campaign trail. So tonight in Reno at approximately 9 o'clock, there was an unidentified person who shouted the word "gun," and that happened in close proximity to where Donald Trump was at the lectern on stage. As you can see, there was a quick reaction from Secret Service. Donald Trump was rushed off the stage. And what law enforcement officials are telling me, and now in a formal statement, no weapons of any kind were found, and they are continuing an investigation. The good news, no injuries, no real crisis here, and we got to see in real time the training kick into gear for not only Secret Service, but the local law enforcement who were there as they are at most events. But it is very unsettling to have an incident like this and to have someone shout the word "gun" when no gun is present. There are really two explanations for that. Someone who thought they saw a gun and was just misinformed and was trying to be helpful, or was it someone who was trying to incite something? In sort of the training of Secret Service, if they spot a gun, typically all agents, all law enforcement would shout that word, which helps them to all begin to move on to their training. It's one of the tools and cues they use for each other. So when that word is uttered, much like hollering fire in a theater, it is something that causes great alarm and, frankly, there should be real care among those who are attending an event to not do something like that when it's not called for. So because there are magnetometers used at all events for these candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, there is a lot of screening that is done for those who wait often hours at a time to attend an event, and that screening includes checking any bags, being wanded, going through the magnetometers. So it would be difficult to pass any kind of weapon through. But nevertheless, they went through all of their sort of quick reactions to try to protect Donald Trump, and then he did come back and resumed his remarks in Reno. So it was a scare, definitely a jolt coming just a couple of days before the election. But law enforcement says there was no weapon, and they're continuing to try and figure out what actually happened.
Absolutely, Kelly, and sometimes we chase down the leads to find out there was no there, and some days that is certainly good news. Kelly O'Donnell, thanks for your reporting. We're going to learn a little more about the question Kelly posed of how the miscommunication occurred, because we're joined now by phone by Ben Margio. He's in our NBC affiliate KRNV in Reno. And Ben, I'm told that you interviewed a young man named Austin who says he was the individual escorted out. What can you tell us?
Hey, thanks for having me. That's correct. His name is Austin Kreitz. He was the man who was escorted out of this rally by Secret Service, and we interviewed him after he was released. This was now probably about a half an hour ago when we spoke to him. He was released. He is okay, obviously kind of shaken up by this event, but he is physically okay. He told us that he was holding a Republicans against Trump sign that he was there, not necessarily to try and cause any sort of disturbance, but at one point he held up this Republicans Against Trump sign. People started to try to grab this sign from him, and I think that's where the miscommunication that you mentioned started. People trying to grab this sign from him, and obviously just in the craziness of that, something got mixed up, and obviously at that point, as you mentioned, gun was shouted, and then that's when the SWAT team started to come in. He was tackled by a few people and taken to the ground, escorted out and questioned in a bathroom off to the side of this convention center where the rally was being held. They were
This is Ben Margeau giving us more information about the individual, Austin Kreitz, who was ushered out of this Trump rally in what became a Secret Service incident because they moved Donald Trump off stage, but ultimately didn't find a weapon of any kind and cleared the incident. Now, Ben, what did he tell you about his interaction with law enforcement? How long was it? What was the questioning like? And is he basically released on his own recognizance, cleared of any wrongdoing, or is there any other, according to him, any other issue here?
There really is no other issue. Like you said, he was cleared under his own power, was able to walk out. Secret Service and law enforcement escorted him to his car, but after that, totally clear to go about the rest of his day. He didn't tell us much about the investigation. He does say that in spite of everything that happened and being questioned for what was at least 45 minutes, that he is thankful for Secret Service and law enforcement because they were just, doing their job and doing their due diligence to ask him all of these questions, really making sure that there was something that it wasn't something that they had missed.
All right. Well, look, this is a situation where having so much attention on it, so much reporting has, in a very quick manner, from my experience in the newsroom, really gotten to the bottom of it. No, they're there. And from what we can tell from the available evidence, the Secret Service doing its level best to defuse a situation, no violence. And according to your reporting here, Ben Margeau, and our local affiliate, no arrest even necessary. Thank you for your reporting tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hillary Clinton spending this last Saturday before the election